Yeah, she's in the bathroom.
That's 2 free throws. As a group, yeah.
That one hurts.
Yeah.
Start with an opening comment from Coach.
Yeah, I think just tremendous fight by our women in the second half. Obviously wish that the outcome was different. Really thought that Julia, Ken, and Peyton set the tone in the third quarter that, you know, this just isn't how this game is going to end for us. And I think when you have players have that type of tough attitude and tough response, it's really powerful. Peyton did it from the moment the game started, her first time subbing in the game. She, you know, basically said with her play, I don't like that they're up like this, and I'm going to try to help my team do something as quickly as possible. I thought the three of them, and I thought Mia, gosh, her presence on the board and in the press was really good. Yeah, just wish you had, 10 more seconds, 20 more seconds, 1 more minute to finish out the game. First half, not characteristic of the way that we want to play. And I think our team knows that and loved their fight and response in the second half.
For Coach Tillett, the press was instrumental in this team coming back into the game. Talk a little bit about your strategy of when to put that on and then when to lay off with it a little bit.
Yeah, I think when you get down, sometimes you don't have a lot of options. You got to try to figure out a way to do something, and that was not necessarily what we thought we would need in this game, but it turned out to be exactly what we needed in that moment. And I think some of it was giving our players that freedom defensively to just go crazy, go after everything you can go after, and see if you can create something. And I just thought their tough attitude in it is what made it great, right? Like if we put it on and we don't have the tough attitude towards it, it may not be as successful. But they just embraced that moment, and we kept saying cut it to 10. They're going to get tight if we cut it to 10, which they did. Everything we asked our team to do, they got them to that next mark.
Kyla McMakin and Brooke Flowers lead this team in scoring on the year, a combined 30 points a game. They were scoreless at halftime. What did it take to find that collective effort offensively today?
Yeah, I think obviously there were some schemes on Kyla, which we were prepared for and know that are going to occur. I think it took our team a little longer to respond as a group, including Kyla, to that scheme. And yeah, I think just other people said, right, there's an opportunity here. We've got to seize it. And in a way, I think their teammates stepping up made both of them settle down in the second half and maybe find other opportunities to be successful or help our team. But yeah, I just think we talk a lot about like our attitude and response to things. I think that, some of our women, especially these two sitting next to me and Julia and Mia just said, there's no other way this is going to happen tonight other than we're going to fight until the end.
It feels like this team has been through a season in and of itself already. What have you learned about this team through about the midway point of the campaign?
Yeah, I think the stat you shared, Colin, that we've actually played more games than anyone in the country right now. I think we feel that a little bit. I think we feel that. And I think what we've learned is that this team will continue to grow. And I think today was a huge, don't like the outcome for women at all. A huge step in that it's never over, right? It's never over. We determine how hard we're going to play to give us opportunities to be successful. And I think we, kind of unlocked another level in that space today, which is really important. We're coming up on exams. Our women, they need to take care of their bodies. They've earned some well-deserved, a day off here. And then I think the prep. We need the prep. And, when we beat Illinois State, we had 2 days of prep for that. When we have consistent teaching, these women respond beautifully. So we're going to take advantage of all those extra teaching days.
And for Kennedy Calhoun, I wish there was a stat for steal assists because what you and Julia Martinez do on the perimeter is truly outstanding. Talk a little bit about your chemistry and what you're able to do together.
Yeah, so defensively, we're all over the floor, and I think that when she gets those steals and we're applying that pressure, we feel a little bit, we feel great about ourselves. And I think that just being that demanding your teammates to do that on defensively is going to allow us to keep doing this to teams and keep turning them over and putting the pressure on them. So just really, really incredible job by Julia, really.
Ken, I love watching your attitude out on the court. Just a sophomore, a true sophomore, a lot of people wouldn't know it by watching you play. You never get too high, never get too low. Where does that come from, your style of play?
Yeah, so honestly, like, I just have to thank Coach Tillett, to be honest, for it, because she'll keep me coming back down. Like, okay, don't get too high. You're all right. You're good. And so just us having that mindset of, okay, yeah, things aren't going to go our way, but what are you going to do to respond to it? So just having that mentality as a team and individually lets us keep going.
And you found your stroke a little bit from the outside, knocking down a couple of three-pointers in this game. How much can that bring to your offensive game if you can knock down some of those shots throughout the course of the year?
Right, yeah. So obviously we know that my three-point percentage isn't too high right now, but you know, for me it's about doing something because I want to shoot the ball or because I want to pass the ball. Don't do it because the defense is telling you to do that, but do it because you want to do that. And so I think as a team we responded to that well, and we did what we wanted to do. We didn't let anybody dictate what we didn't want to do.
And for Peyton Kennedy, a new career high, 25 points coming off the bench in this one. How did it feel to contribute to the team offensively in the way that you did?
It feels good. I know I have my teammates behind my back throughout it all. So hearing their voices in my head, like, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. You can shoot. You've proved yourself in practice. Outside of practice, you're putting in work. So hearing that, like, the talk and mentality behind you really helps.
And you've made a few starts on the year, but it seems like you're really comfortable in that role coming off the bench, bringing so much energy to the floor. Talk a little bit about how good of a fit that's been for you on this team.
Yeah, I think I like to see what happens during the game on the bench before I go out there, so I know what I can do, what I can't do. I think that's a strategy that I use, and I use it well. I think Coach Tillett knows what she's doing and knows my role, and I also know my role. My teammates know my role, so I think I'm comfortable where I'm at, but I'm also okay with being uncomfortable as well.
And you've shown that ability to make those adjustments on the fly. Now an upperclassman on this team. How much pride do you take in that leadership ability and really like playing IQ out there on the floor?
Yeah, I'm working on my leadership, and I want to rise in that space. Like Coach Tillett says, she has shown me, even since she got here, how leadership and how the transfers have shown me how leadership really can make a difference in a team. And I think being an upperclassman now has really reached out and made me be more vocal. And I think on and off the court, I'm doing better at that, and my teammates are responding well, and so am I.
And again, off of that career high 25 points, now 5 games in double figures for you this year offensively. What's kind of the common theme when you find your way on that side of the floor?
I think just being aggressive. Every time I'm aggressive, crashing the boards, or aggressive, finding my shot, knowing when I can shoot, when my teammates, or if my teammates are open. Yeah, I just think being aggressive is my main strong suit right now.
Thank you all so much for the time.
Thank you.